I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, to give me the spirit to do this video. Let's jump right to it. Romans chapter 8, verse 32. He that spared not his own son, but delivered him up for us all, how shall he not with him also freely give us all things? And that him is Yahushai, the first begotten son. In this lesson, I'm going into elements of no end. Okay? We are going to receive elements with no end, man. And that scripture means exactly what it says, all things. Now I'm going to concentrate more on minerals, gemstones, okay, precious stones, all right, even though elements consist of all things, all right. From there, let's go to Hebrews chapter 1, verse 2. Having these last days spoken unto us by his son, Yahushua, whom he have appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the worlds. So we know Yahushua is heir of all things, okay, but us being joint heirs, the elect being joint heirs of all things, receiving everything, man. Elements with no end, man. Okay? Imagine that, man. See, all the blessings that are about to rain down are going to be hard to process. All right? It's going to be that large and that great, beyond our imagination. All right? Okay, from there, let's go to Psalms 37, verse 4. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thy heart, of your mind, okay? So if you desire a whole house, okay, huge castle made of pure gold, you can have that, man, okay? You're not going to get to the kingdom and be disappointed. Why would you be disappointed when you're going to be joint heirs of all things, of everything, man, of every single element? Everything is made up of elements, and you're going to have it all, okay? So whatever you desire in your mind, man, I always meditate and think of different things that I would want. For example, you know, I'm very into stones and precious stones and minerals, which I talk about a lot, okay? So, I mean, think about if you had a whole door, big, giant doors of emeralds, man, and diamonds and opals, okay, sapphires, man. You walk in the door, your whole floor, your first floor is sapphire, all sapphire, man, shiny, polished up, nice, to the point where you can see yourself in it, man. It's so damn shiny, okay? You go to the kitchen, your whole kitchen, man, is silver and gold and all kinds of rubies. You have plates of ruby, okay? Your dishes are all kinds of stones, man, and minerals, okay? Whatever you desire, man, because you're going to have an unlimited supply of these things, man. Okay, not just these things, everything, cattle, okay, everything in general. But like I said, I'm concentrating on this because I just love going into these stones and gemstones, man, because, man, that's one of the things the world really wants bad, man. They want the treasure. They want to put it behind a museum wall window so you can look through it and admire it, man, okay? It's like the Most High, Yahweh Shem Shai, set certain type of stones in this part of the earth. If they dig over there, they'll find some amethyst. Or if they dig over there, they'll find a big pocket of rubies. Okay, but guess what? All the rubies and precious stones already existed. Okay, they already existed before the earth was created. Okay, because all those are elements. We're going to have control of those elements, man. I mean, think about it. You think you're going to go to the kingdom, all right, and you want to build a whole castle of just gold. I'm talking about pure gold, nothing else, just gold, right? If that was your desire, man, you think you're going to go to the kingdom, man, the Lord going to say, well, I don't think we got, well, how much you need again? Like, yeah, Yahweh, I need 5 tons. Yeah, I don't know if I got 5 tons. You know, let me go back to the Father and ask him. He go in his chariot, fly back to Yahweh. Hey, you think we got 5 tons? Yahweh like, go check in the storage spot. No, man. It's elements of no end. Ain't no limit, man. That's the beauty of the kingdom. There's no limit of anything. How would you not want to be there, man? Okay. Now, let's get deep into it. From there, let's go to John chapter 14, starting at verse 11. Believe me that I am in the Father, and the Father in me, or else believe me for the very work's sake. What are those works? Different miracles he did, like turning the water into wine, okay, feeding 5,000 with 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread, which I'm about to get into in a second. Verse 12. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also. Ooh. So you are going to be able to do all the things he did by doing what? Manipulating the elements, man. Having control of the elements. Being joint heirs of all things, of all elements. Okay? Can you imagine that? That's exciting, man. Okay, that's power. All right? And it says, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go into my Father, man. So imagine in the kingdom, man. Okay? Because that greater works, Yahushua told them, by him going to his Father, man, we're going to be doing in this time, man. Okay? Miracles, man, which are part of the body. So imagine in the kingdom, man, we're going to have complete control of the elements, man. You can't beat that. Now, real quick, let's go into it. Matthew chapter 14, starting at verse 15. And when it was evening, his disciples came to him, came to Yahushua, saying, this is a desert place, and the time is now past. Send the multitude away, that they may go into the villages and buy themselves victuals. But Yahushua said unto them, they need not depart, give ye them to eat. And they say unto him, we have here but 5 loaves. So, for example, to make my point, say in the kingdom, right? You want to build that whole castle just of pure gold, okay? Say the measurements of that castle is a certain type of measurement. So you know you need, for example, 5 tons, okay? Let's use that example. You need 5 tons of gold, all right? At the time, say you only got 3. The slaves are building it, laying it down, okay? Are you going to have to stop at 3 and say, you know what, I guess we didn't have enough? No, man. You know why? Because you're going to be able to manipulate the elements, like I'm going into, okay? In this story, which I'm going to read in a second, Yahushua fed 5,000 with 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread, okay? So when the disciples thought they needed to go get some more, okay, because they didn't have enough, Yahushua was like, look, matter of fact, let me just read it. Verse 16. But Yahushua said unto them, they need not depart, give you them to eat. And they said to him, we have here but 5 loaves and 2 fishes. He said, bring them hither to me. He already knew what to do with it. Why? Because he had that wisdom and knowledge and power to manipulate the elements, man. Okay, verse 19. And he commanded the multitude to sit down on the grass, and took the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes, and looking up to heaven, he blessed and brake and gave the loaves to his disciples, and the disciples to the multitude. And they did all eat and were filled, and they took up all the fragments that remained, 12 baskets full. And they that had eaten were about 5,000 men, besides women and children. Okay? So back to my point that I was making. If you only got 3 tons, but it took 5 tons because of your measurements, how you wanted your house, you're going to have to stick with 3? No, because you're going to be able to manipulate the elements in the kingdom, man. Okay? Like the title of this lesson, elements with no end. Okay? And like I read in John 14, you're going to do greater things. You're going to do my works and greater, Yahushua said. Either you believe it or you don't. Okay? How much more in the kingdom, man? Okay? We're going to be great, man. We're going to have that power, man. Okay? Spiritual power. So guess what? You're going to be able to just make the rest appear. All right? See, for most people in the world, man, that's laughable. But to the faithful, okay, that believe in Yahweh Shai and believe in these words, that's powerful. You're going to be able to make it stretch for whatever you need, for whatever purpose, man. That's the whole point of being joint heir of all things, all elements, okay? There's no end to it, man, okay? See, in this world, there's an end to it, to the average people in the world, man. Okay? If they got $5 in their hand, that's all they got. But guess what? In our kingdom and with faith and being one with Yahweh Shai, man, we're going to be all powerful, man. These heathens are going to lose their mind. So yes, in the kingdom, we're going to be able to make things double, triple, quadruple to whatever purpose we need. And also think about it. The earth is going to be fruitful, man. The earth is going to bloom. So it's going to be a lot more elements of gold, minerals, precious stones that's ever been on the earth in our kingdom. Okay? So think about that as well. But even on top of that, whatever we need is going to be supplied, man. Okay? We're going to have that power to do what? To manipulate the elements. All right? Whoa, man. Goodness gracious. From there, let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9. But as it is written, I have not seen, nor ear have heard, neither have entered into the heart of man, the things which Yahweh hath prepared for them that love him. Right, man. See, what we talk about is enter into our mind. We meditate about it. We meditate about the gold streets, the yellow gold streets, like transparent glass. We meditate about all these things. But when you read this, it said, but as it is written, I have not seen, nor ear have heard. Okay? Neither have entered into the heart of man the things which Yahweh hath prepared for them that love him. So even what Yahweh hath gave us to push, to teach, to motivate, to exhort, okay, it's way beyond that. Your mind still haven't thought about it because it's not possible. Okay, the Lord Yahweh is going to surprise us, man. This is going to be a beyond this world, beyond this atmosphere surprise. Okay, because you can't even process being joint heirs of all things. What does that even mean? Okay, because you don't even know what all things is. What are all things? Okay, you haven't even witnessed all things. Okay, there are hidden things of the Most High that we don't know exist. Okay, different colors you ain't never seen. All kinds of elements of all things. And you're going to be joint heirs of it. If you hold on to your crown, you're going to be joint heirs of that, man. You're going to be able to do what? Own all elements. Manipulate the elements for whatever purpose, man, that pleases you. Okay? Let's go back to Psalms 37 verse 4. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thy heart. Whatever you want, man. Okay, that's lawful, obviously. But whatever you want. So when we talk about these things, okay, there's no such thing as going too far when it comes to lawful. The Lord already knows what we want, man. He already knows what we desire, man. And we're going to get it. Why? Because we're going to be joint heirs of elements of no end. Okay? Man, I just love saying that, man. Gets me all excited and pumped up. You got to be excited for the kingdom, man. If you ain't, man, something wrong with you. You're in the wrong place. From there, let's go to Luke chapter 12, verse 32. Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Right, man. Yahweh is going to surprise us, man. It's his good pleasure. His good pleasure. Okay? His good pleasure, man. He can't wait to do this because this is his will. This is what he wanted. This is his heart, his mind. Okay? And best believe he can't wait to see us all excited and just like losing our mind, man. Because it's going to be beyond what we even teach, what we meditate about. And he knows that. Okay? So he already know we're going to trip out. And it's going to be his good pleasure, like it says in the scriptures. From there, let's go to Isaiah chapter 65, verse 24. And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer. And while they are yet speaking, I will hear. Now, why is that? Because if you receive all things, okay, he has already answered the call. There's nothing that you desire that you're going to have to ask for because you're going to already have it. Okay, which is all things. That's what that means, man. Okay, let's read it again. And it shall come to pass that before they call, before you ask for it, meaning you have the desire in your thoughts in your mind, I will answer. It's already there for you. And while they are yet speaking, I will hear. He already heard you. Okay? He already heard if you want a whole house full of gold. He already heard you. Okay? He already heard if you want whatever, man. Whatever it is, man. Okay? Whatever it is, man. You're going to have it, man. We all have our desires, man. A lot of the same. Okay? And we also have our own individual certain details that we want things, of how we want things. We're going to get it too. From there, let's go to Isaiah chapter 60, verse 17. For brass I will bring gold, and for iron I will bring silver, and for wood brass, and for stones iron. I will also make thy officers peace and thy exactors righteousness. Talking about our taskmasters. But back at the beginning, for brass I will bring gold, and for iron I will bring silver, and for wood brass, and for stones iron. Everything is going to be on another level, man. Okay? You're not going to run out. Okay? Whatever creative ideas, because see, Jake is creative. And we're going to be beyond creative in the kingdom. So like I said, like I was breaking down earlier, you needed 5 tons. You have 3. Guess what? You're already going to have 5 anyway. I just make the point that whatever you want is going to be there, and you're going to be able to manipulate the elements anyway for whatever purpose you want. Because why? That is your heart's desires, man. We all want to be able to manipulate the elements. When you read that story of Yahushua, okay, you imagine in your mind like, man, I want to do that. I want to be able to double it, triple it, according to my desire, according to my need. He did it according to the need of who was around, okay? He made sure he fed everybody, all right? And we're going to be fed 100% always. From there, let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 5. If riches be a possession to be desired in this life, what is richer than wisdom that worketh all things? Right, man, that worketh all things. Everything was created through wisdom, all the elements through wisdom. Okay? So, back to my point in the video that I want to zone in on. When you talk about precious gemstones and minerals, okay, and things of that nature, those things were created through wisdom. So the world, in today's world, Esau's world, they desire all those things, man. They hold it up to the top. Diamonds, emeralds, gold. Okay, they hold it up there, right? Because we know real money is gold and silver. Okay, so those things are highly up there on the planet. But if you want that, get wisdom and you will get it all. And you will get it without end, with no number. Okay, no number attached to it, man. People on the earth, they have numbers attached to their possessions. Same thing with the Rothschilds. Yeah, they say they worth 500 trillion or whatever, but guess what? They still got a number that ends. We're not going to have a number. We're going to have all things without end. And that's what Esau wants, but he's not going to get it. He's going to have to suffer looking at us while he's getting his ass beat, okay, in our glory, having all things, okay? It's going to be beautiful, man. Last scripture, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 17. For he hath given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely to know how the world was made and the operation of the elements. Okay, this is Solomon, and we also know who else this is, but I'm not going to go into that. That's another lesson. Okay, so let's read it again. For he hath given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely to know how the world was made and the operation of the elements. Right, and in the kingdom, we're going to know that, man. We're going to know how everything was made to the T, to the detail. Okay, we're going to be in one with Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay, the operation of the elements. Okay, and when we know the operation of the elements, we're going to know how to do what? How to manipulate the elements, as Yahushua did. Turning the water to wine, okay, the fish and the bread, okay, to feed 5,000. Okay, we're going to have that in us. And that's going to be special, man. And we're never going to die, so we're going to have it forever because our life span will have no end. Okay? And we are made up of elements. So elements of no end all across the spectrum, all across the board. All right? I just want to hype you brothers up, man. Get excited, man. Hey, we at the end, man. We got to fight harder. We got to push harder. We got to continue to exhort each other, continue to work out our own salvation with fear and trembling, okay? Because I can't save you, you can't save me, but we can push each other on the way, okay, to receive salvation, okay? Be there for each other, all right? Be real brothers, man, okay? To Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, to the body, all right? I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua for giving me the spirit to do this video. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to your Akamite that is doing the truth and sincerity. Elements of no end. Shalom.